My name's Jamie Smith, and luckily for me, I'm a bailiff on Cemex's Sandhurst Lake on the Hampshire-Surrey border. The first thing you'll do after buying your ticket from Yateley Angling Centre is come through the gate, and straight in front of you you'll see the boards, the information boards, which will give you a general idea of where all the swims are. The first swim you'll come to is the famous car park swim, number 4. Now this is one of my favourite swims on the lake. It offers you a good area of water out in front. The areas that you're looking for, you've got essentially the main area, the main depression, which is probably 80 yards out in front of you, up towards the top right hand corner there where you can see that dark swim. It's like a nice deep area, deep silty depression, and essentially you'll fish one in line with the bailiff swim, and then another one in line with the corner, and then another one I usually put level with the middle of that top bank up there, in level with number 19. Usually it's a good swim in the spring, very good swim in the spring, excellent in the winter because the fish gravitate towards the deeper silty depressions out there. So I've caught a fair few fish. The best haul I had out of here was 5 fish in a night, up to 30-pound commons, up to 32-pound, and yeah, it's a blinding swim. There's also a couple of like deeper spots just out to the left there, essentially probably about 40 yards out, something like that. So that's where I'd go for. Also, bear in mind that you can always fish one down to the left. The area of margin down to the left of this swim is quite undisturbed, and it's got like a nice depth of water. It's probably better in summer. You'll quite often find fish like feeding along there, but yeah, that's a good one of my favourites. The next swim you come to is swim number 6. So this is a good kind of like spring and summer area. You've got like a lot of shallow water out in front of this swim, probably 4 or 5 foot, something like that. Obviously you can go out a bit further, but you start to interfere. If you wang them out there, you start to interfere with the people up to your left in number 7 and 8. This swim's really good along that right hand margin that you're looking at there. It's like a good depth of water under there. There was a bit of snag chopping went on like during the winter, but the fish still get under there, still like it quite a bit. So it always pays to have a little creep along there, drop like a little bit of bait in, and just keep checking on it. So yeah, I haven't fished this one a great deal, fished it a couple of times, but yeah, pretty good swim. Okay, as we move along the road bank, you've got number 8, 9 and 10. And again, these are some of my favourite swims on the lake. Once again, you're fishing out to an extension, essentially, of the area that you're fishing from the car park swim. So if you can imagine that deep depression out in the middle there, carries on in front of number 8, 9 and 10. So when you're fishing in these swims, you're looking at about 50 to 80 yards again. You don't want to go too far because you start interfering with the pipes water and the car park swim water. So I mean, out there it's one of the main depressions, and a pretty good area in winter and throughout the year. As we move further along the road bank, you've got number 11 and 12. Now to the right of this swim, you've got number 11. That's a good swim. Once again, quite a lot of shallow water out in front of it, but nice and deep close in. Number 12 is one of my favourite swims, and again you're like fishing probably about 60 yards, something like that, out to the middle to the deep silty trench. This one, number 13, is probably my second favourite swim on the lake. You're fishing out in the middle for diddle, to the deep silty trench that's out there. So you're looking across to the bailiffs from this one. I usually fish one to the corner of the island for my right hand rod, and my far left hand rod would be going to the left hand bailiffs, around halfway, something like that. It's nice and deep close in, so always bear in mind that you can fish like a rod close in, only 10 yards out, something like that. You've got 7 foots out there, but most people kind of go out to the middle, and there's been some like really good hauls out of there over the years. If the fish are out in front of that swim, then you'll have a good chance at catching them, because it's like a natural feeding area out there. So yeah, as I say, it's one of my favourites due to the fact that I caught a 37-pound common one grim winter's evening. So this end in general, as you look at it, you're looking at that left-hand end, that left-hand side of the picture. That's the deepest end of the lake. So essentially, you've got like a big, deep, silty bowl area, which extends from left to right of that shot, up the lake towards the corner. So if you drew a line from number 19, which is middle of that left-hand bank as you look at it there, up to the secret corner, that's the line of the trench. You don't want to go too far from this one, because again you'll start interfering with the bailiff swim water and going into their water. So our general rule of thumb is that halfway is okay. But yeah, blind and swim, I love that one. I caught this nice 34-pounder a couple of years ago on a Mace stacker rig, and that was going out to the middle. So you'll quite often see them jumping up this end. Always bear in mind, get up nice and early on Sandhurst, and then you'll see the fish jumping, and the fish will show you where they are. And it's always worthwhile having like a little move, and basically clipping out a couple of baits nice and quietly on top of like jumping fish or where fish have shown, and you'll always have a good chance. As you can see in this shot, like that's where I fish over to. I fish one towards that left-hand end of the island, and then that'll be my right-hand rod. And then you fish my far left-hand rod towards the bailiffs. Always bear in mind, don't go too far right or too far left out of any of these swims, especially if the lake's busy, because you'll start casting in front of other people's water. It looks like it's out in front of you, but it's a nightmare. The nature of the bank, it's slightly curved, so you'll start like putting them out in front of other people and end up having a bit of a nightmare. So it always pays to go and have a little chat next door. If there's someone fishing next door, have a little chat with them, find out where they're casting, and come to some kind of agreement, and then that way you're saving yourself any problems like later on. So yeah, number 13, that's a good old swim for me. Lucky number 13. So up to the left of that one you've got number 14, and that's basically again just fishing out to the trench, but just a little bit further left. So when you're in number 14, you're casting almost just left of the bailiffs and towards the corner as you look at it from that swim. But yeah, number 14 is a good swim as well, especially in the winter. Good plot. As I was saying, the deep channel runs all the way along this bank as you look at it. So always bear in mind that you can plot one close in, as I said, with like the car park swim. Because a lot of spod spill goes there and that, and quite often you see the fish boshing along that margin. Number 15 and number 16 are often neglected swims. Number 15 is a good swim, really close in, just to the left. I know a mate of mine had sea scale from there a few years ago, one of the lake's whackers, beautiful fish, and that's one I want to catch this winter. But both these swims have got like nice deep water again, like close in, and you're fishing up to about 40 yards out. Good plots, especially when it's busy. The left-hand corner, the bottom of the road bank, again the fish do like getting in there, especially if it's busy. They kind of gravitate to the corners. So as you can see from this shot, you've got like a nice little section of margin up there to the left, which is like kind of 7 foot all out in front of it. But out of these swims, you don't really want to go much further than 30 yards, 40 yards, something like that.